Hey, what's up guys, Snowy Minotaur here. Today I'm going to be talking about icon emotes with you all once again. Recently I made a video talking about icon emotes because I've been noticing a pretty big problem with these icon emotes that we've been getting for the past few months. And I did actually quickly mention something in that video that I felt like needed its own full commentary because the situation when it comes to this topic, which we're going to talk about here, has not gotten better, it's kind of gotten worse. And that is the songs that they use for the icon emotes and how Epic is not treating them well. So if you want to go check out my last video which I made talking about icon emotes, I would highly recommend people go check out that video to get more context of some more problems which I have with them. This time we're going to talk about the music because the music choices that they have used in these emotes are fine, but the biggest thing with these emotes is the editing. The reason why I'm actually bringing this all up here is because it just recently happened again to where Epic screwed up the editing on an emote, and that is called Starlit. And this was the most recent icon emote, and as of this video recording, it actually is currently in the item shop. And I can tell you this here, this emote was done dirty. And I can say this here, the emote is actually good. I do like the song that they used. It's Dancin' by Aaron Smith. That is a great song, but they did something very interesting, and that was they decided to do the TikTok version, or in this case, the Nightcore version, which is essentially, if you were to take Alvin from Alvin the Chipmunks and basically chokehold him, that's what Nightcore pretty much is. It's just a sped up version of an already existing song. So they took that, but they decided to do something really stupid with this emote, and that was they cut off the chorus of the song to put it on like a 10-second loop, which this has been a problem with so many icon emotes that we've been getting throughout these past few months. And this emote falls under the same boat as most of the other ones. And guess what? This wasn't the only time we have seen it just from this season alone. We've seen it a handful of times. We literally saw it with the click click flash emote from the J Balvin set, the new J Balvin emote that came out. That's all it says is click click flash. And the one that happened which just pissed me off so much because this emote could have been so much better was Boy's a Liar. This is an Ice Spice emote essentially, and they kept in only lyrics from her, by the way, from the song, which by the way, for those who have listened to the song, there is the chorus, which is the most iconic part of that song. They didn't even include that in this emote. It's a 5 or 7 second loop of Ice Spice saying a handful of lyrics from this song that they used in the soundbite. It is terrible and it sounds terrible. And this has been the problem with these emotes throughout the past few months, is that they are cutting off the songs so quickly and we don't know why they're doing this. Is it because of censorship? Is it because they don't want people to get in trouble? Is it because they don't want the emotes to go on for longer? Because there are emotes that go on for quite a while that are from the Icon series. If we're really looking at it here, one of the most recent emotes that we got, Fast Flex, was actually very long. It's a very long loop before it actually loops around. It's heavily censored. You can definitely see it and hear it if you have this emote, but it still kind of works and it actually makes the emote good. And if we're going on the topic here of having emotes which are short, it can actually work still. One of the emotes which actually comes to mind here, in my opinion, is the Maya He emote. This emote is really good because it actually kind of fits the theme, and obviously it's because it's a great meme emote, but also the song actually doesn't need to be that long because that's the most iconic part of that song and this dance move, so it can work. But for some reason, they've just been doing this so often with emotes that they shouldn't be doing it with. Literally, the Night Out emote, which came out from last season, is on like a 7-second loop, which is just terrible and it sounds bad. Why can't Epic just let these emotes go on for longer? Like, it's crazy to think that this is what they're doing now. The only ones that really don't follow this category and just put in this boat here are the ones that aren't copyrighted. The Started Up emote is a pretty long emote until it actually gets to that loop. And another one which happened just recently was Wind Up. Do you see my point here, people? For some weird reason, Epic just keeps going down this path with these icon emotes and they just are not fixing them. Literally, the best icon emote that we have gotten recently was Bust a Move. At the very least with this emote, it's not heavily censored, it's not cut off very quickly, and it's actually good. The dance is good, and the music that they used doesn't go on for more than freaking 2 seconds without it looping over and over again, like Goated and Celebrate Me, just repeating the same freaking words over and over and over again. But that being said, I would really think that Epic should go and just Stop doing this with these emotes. Stop cutting off the most iconic parts of these emotes and trying to rush these out. Because it's very obvious that a lot of these icon emotes that we've been getting, which have been released into the item shop, most of these, if not almost all of them, besides like a handful of them, feel like they're being rushed, most notably due to the music section. I don't think that the dances are being rushed at all, but when it comes to the music and the editing that they use, when it comes to the sound bites, they feel very rushed. I really hope people can see where I'm coming from here, because this has been a problem for the past few months and it doesn't seem like it's gonna stop. I'm really hoping at some point we get emotes that are longer than like 7-second loops, and they actually include the chorus of songs, the most iconic parts of certain songs, and not have them heavily censored or removed for some other unknown reason. Because this is just getting out of hand at this point, because why would I want to have an emote that cuts off every 5 to 7 seconds of a song that I would like, just so that it can be heavily censored? Just like with Starlit, this is a good song. I actually have the song on my playlist and I think that the dance is pretty good, but it's the way that they handled the music in here was just so bad and just poorly done. In my personal opinion, I think we should see a decline in icon emotes from quantity over quality, because that's what they're doing essentially, is quantity over quality. There's been a handful of them that have gotten quality work to them, but most of them are just being pushed out because they're icon emotes and they sell very well, which I guess that's probably the best business move that they can do, but this is not the way to go. If you want people to actually not be pissed off at you, Epic, make these emotes a lot longer. I know that sounds like I'm being ungrateful for this, but as someone who collects icon emotes, I feel like they have definitely gone down in quality than up in quality, and it mostly has to do with the music that they use in these emotes, not the ones that have no copyright music to them, but the ones that are obviously copyrighted. I really wish that they put more effort into these emotes, just so that then it actually makes sense with this, like with the cuts and things like that, because at this point this is getting old, and I don't feel like I'm the only person that feels this way, because a lot of people can see that icon emotes are just not the same as they used to be, and that's a damn shame, because we can get some really good icon emotes, but the best one being Bust a Move is a good emote. It's like a B or an A tier emote at the very least, if I was to do a tier list, when that is the best emote that we have gotten, when almost all of them after that or just before that are almost C or D or sometimes even F tier emotes, you know that something's up. At the end of the day, I would love for these emotes to change, because I really want to see these emotes do a lot better, because a lot of the Fortnite community is getting sick and tired of these emotes being so short. Literally, you can just go on Twitter whenever a new icon emote releases. A lot of people automatically complain about them cutting off the best sections and just the best parts of certain songs. This has been a problem for the past few months, and I really hope this changes at some point. But that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, aka my X account. Socials are all on screen. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember, everyone, it's always good to take chances.